y'all.
Osama Bin Laden has made a video, another one, in which he asked the U.S. to convert to Islam.
We'll get right to it.
Yeah. About it, he says, it will achieve your desire to stop the war, because as soon as the warmongering owners of the major corporations realize that you have lost confidence in your democratic system and have begun to look for an alternative, and this alternative is Islam, they will run after you to please you and achieve what you want to steer you away from Islam.
That's one hell of a sentence.
Yeah. You really dropped the load right there.
Definitely. You know what this reminds me of? The sentence is, it's long, it's inchoate, it's incoherent, doesn't have a good sense of theme or purpose. Reminds me of, a lot of this conspiracy, literature. It's actually going on about 9/11.
Right.
It makes me think of Alex Jones,
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, now I've been thinking about this for a couple minutes, alright?
Right.
Here's what I come up with, okay? Alex Jones is Osama Bin Laden. Yeah, alright. He staged and successfully executed the 9/11 attacks so that he would have an expanded audience to purchase his series of very mediocre conspiracy literature.
Capitalism.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, free market.
Yeah. I don't know, I think it's like the American dream, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in
Pennsylvania, Washington, New York, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iraq.
To us, the American dream is nothing. To us, the American dream is nothing.
This is The American Dream is Nothing. Our great friends and protectors, the Homeland Security Department, have authorized the use of spy satellites, which are high-powered enough to apparently read the headline of a newspaper from space to spy on American citizens. Now, this is illegal, for one, and it's also insane and impossible to apply, but, how could we fight this,
We gotta send him a message.
Okay.
Alright, okay. We find out one of the dudes who works as an image analyst for, say, the CIA, for example, okay? Alright, we take his wife.
Take her, kidnap her?
No, completely consensually. And butt fuck her. Alright?
Alright, yeah.
And then we take pictures of our sordid affair, right? Get them pretty big, blow them up pretty big, like kind of poster size, and put them on the top of my UMBC dorm room. So, when he's looking at us from space, we'll send him a, little fuck you from the earth, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, yeah. One thing, though, what's the matter with the vagina?
Would you rather me fuck your girlfriend in the ass or in the vagina?
I guess if I had to choose, I'd choose the vagina.
Yeah, it only makes sense. In other news, Alan Greenspan has a hemorrhoid? What?
Economic predictor. That's what that is. Alan Greenspan has a hemorrhoid. Sell. Sell it short right now. If you got stock, sell it while you got it, alright? Now, that's what's going on, alright? Now...
Oh, hey, I got a message.
Alright.
Yeah, it's from one of our agents in the field, aka, the cameraman. And, Alan Greenspan has just gone to Rite Aid to get hemorrhoid cream. What the fuck?
He's got the cream?
Yeah.
He's got it. He's got the cream. Buy. Buy it up right now.
You can't believe the hype, and no one loves you for these 10,000 lies. I hope to realize one truth.
Welcome to Servicing the Public. A single gene can keep in check the tendency to pile on fat. The University of Texas put together a research team that manipulated the gene called adipose to alter the amount of fat tissue laid down by fruit flies, worms, and mice. Mice with experimentally increased levels of episode activity ate as much or more than normal mice. However, they were leaner and were less likely to be susceptible to diabetes. Mice with lower levels of adipose were fatter, less healthy, and had diabetes.
Okay, so these scientists are experimenting on, organisms against their will, right? To benefit us, they're infecting mice with diabetes against their will and making them fat and sick.
Yeah, so it's really good results.
You know what this is like? You know what this is exactly like?
Other scientific research?
The Holocaust. Nazis. That's what these fucking hillbilly scientists are like.
Well...
That's what they're doing to these poor mice,
no. This is the way research works. You start out with, lower life forms that have, shorter generational spans, such as fruit flies and worms. After you've establish promising results with them, you move on to, things like mice, and then if you have promising results with that, you kind of work your way up the ladder until eventually we're doing human testing.
What? I mean, we do human testing eventually, right?
Yeah, I mean...
So why do we, there's no similarities between, a mice and a human. It's like two different species. Why would you, use animal testing on mice to do something for humans,
Well, I mean, you need to...
That's not scientific,
It's very scientific. I mean, we need to make sure that we have promising results, with mice and fruit flies before we move on to, other levels of animal testing. And
so, fruit flies and mice are worth less than humans? Is that what you're saying? Speciesist? I told you about that, Graham. Speciesism, man.
I mean, do you know how science works?
Yeah, well, I know that, it's CO2, carbon in the air and shit, pollutes our waters and, all that.
In other news, a virus has emerged as a strong suspect in the hunt for the mystery disease killing off North American honeybees. Genetic research showed that Israeli acute paralysis virus turned up regularly in hives affected by CCD. Right now, there are a few theories going around about what could possibly be causing the disease. They're really not sure, but the virus appears to be strongly associated with CCD. Whether it's a causative agent or just a very good marker of the syndrome is the next question and needs to be addressed. More research needs to be done before we can make heads or tails of the issue.
See, I'll tell you what's causing this colony to collapse. I'll tell you what's doing it, Graham.
What?
These bees, bees are smart and beautiful creatures, and they finally know what the score is, They know that they're being tricked, I mean, what's the difference between, a beekeeper, forcing bees to pollinate crops against his will, and, us, making Negroes pick our cotton,
The bees don't complain as much. I mean, that's...
What are you doing, dude?
I'm just getting them off. Don't worry about it.
Dude, that's one of Mother Earth's creatures, dude. What the fuck?
I mean...
Dude, speciesist. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, what if you were flying around and a moth was, trying to kill you in midair?
I mean, I'd try to run,
What? Dude, that's not cool. Dude, they've been around for, millions of years. It's like you have to share space with them,
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever stop and think?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
The cast and crew of the Australian TV show The Chasers War on Everything, which is kind of a news show that's kind of like ours, but better.
Because they have more money and they're probably more intelligent than we are.
Yeah, and they're Australian. Staged a fake motorcade to gain access to the APEC restricted area in Sydney. It is believed that they were waved through security. They were almost shot, and police moved in on the group when one of the pranksters emerged dressed like Osama Bin Laden.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, fuck you can't even sing. You have to sing something to get some pussy. Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic so I can take it away.
September 5th marks the 25th anniversary of the massacre of 11 Israeli athletes at the 1972 Munich Summer Olympic Games. It was the moment when years of strife in the Middle East was made painfully aware to the United States and the rest of the world. The terrorists at Munich benefited from lax security. The Munich Olympics were a symbol of a new, open society and a desire to shed the image of a police state that had haunted Germany since its post-World War II days. The Israeli requests for more rigorous security were ignored. What's even more shocking is that a forensic psychologist, Dr. George Sieber, had actually proposed a scenario that was remarkably similar to what happened that day, only to be dismissed. Security forces at the time were unsure as to how to proceed. They had never been trained to deal with such a situation. They tried a myriad of methods to try to extricate the hostages, all which failed. But such was the state of affairs at the time. The main concern of the West was communism in the Soviet Union, not Islamic fundamentalism in the Middle East. Even when they did examine the Middle East, it was with the mindset that the Soviet Union was pulling the strings. Everything from foreign policy to intelligence collection was with this mindset in place. As a result, there was no true understanding of terrorism. Concentration on the Soviet Union at the cost of ignoring other portions of the world would prove costly to the United States little more than 19 years later, when 4 hijacked planes wreaked a havoc and instilled a terror that was unfathomable and unknown to the American people. When we remember the 6th anniversary of the terrorist attacks, we should also try to remember what happened 25 years ago, and ask how can we make sure that we never fall victim to our own sense of security.
Beast of the
week.
The revolutionist knows no pain, joy, fear, sorrow, happiness, or pretty much anything else other than that which is beneficial to the revolutionary cause. I have just summed up the life's work of this week's beast, Sergei Nekiev. He lived about 100 or so years ago in Russia when the shit was going down, which it always is over there. He was one of the few rare revolutionaries and anarchists who actually, wanted to do something about his principles. He lived according to his principles, and he died according to his principles somewhere in some Russian prison. He is a model example for all of us. Check him out, kids. This week's Beast.
Alright, y'all.